Here at the Great Basin Mojave transition. I want to wrap up this project basically this year. This is a great time year to do it. Stuff's popping up in the mountains all over the place while the desert's quite mature in terms of the annuals, and subshrubs are either coming to life or pretty well into life by now as well, including some of the larger shrubs. Nice mix, I guess you could say, of native and non-native species. A lot better condition than the last trip I was on way out there, probably 10 miles east of here, where it's pretty much cheap bromes. Here lots of native polemones and polygons. Borages. Just found Plantago patagonica even, which is probably a lot less common than Plantago ovata, which at least in my personal work is way over collected compared to patagonica. What's unusual right now is these May thunderstorms. It rained yesterday. Before I arrived, I could tell the roads were wet though. And there's a slight chance today. It's all out there. Not so much southern and western Mojave. Maybe more peripheral from Utah. Either way, I think May is very warm and very dry. It is quite warm, so I'm going to walk into that cloud cover. Try to hit these two peaks right here. Not try, it's time to. Mahogany looking particularly spectacular. Insect activity out here is absolutely incredible this year. Butterflies and moths abound, as well as flies. In terms of the aerial pollinators, I can hear the bees more than see them. Oh, there's one. I welcome the cloud no matter the consequences or the circumstances, as it feels quite warm to me. Upper 80s, lower 90s, whatever it is. Fresh from Colorado. 7,500 feet, no less. So I need that breeze and that cloud. Feels great. Moderate the subtropics here. Not sure if you can see all the pollinators. Lots of butterflies on the plumes. Quite in a frenzy from the incoming storm, perhaps they can sense it. Flies, hoverflies. I think that one is. Yeah, really exceptional life in Nevada this season. Definitely a nice week here, because within the first hour or two, even though I've never been to this drainage, so sure it doesn't look so great every year. First hour or two, I've added 5 new species at least to the checklist of this area, which is quite something after so many years working here. Many years, over 5 now. Just find 5 new additions to the checklist within a couple hours means this area is nice, and the precip has been nice. There's a lot lot of spots I've never been to, though. It's gonna be time to check them out. Coming down quite hard for May 20th or so. Mojave and portions of Nevada. That's a Mormon range out there, I do believe. Virgins further beyond. We're getting more moisture here than anywhere in the Virgins, it looks like. I had to take shelter though. I have no rain gear. It should only be 5-10 minutes, so the cell doesn't look too big. One thing we'll never convey via video, I don't think. Smell. Drove into St. George last night, smelled the creosote after rain pretty much instantly upon reaching the edge of the Colorado Plateau. And now there's creosote and other things mixed in here at these elevations above 4,000 feet. Some Sorothamnus. Excuse me, it's Salisaria lamiaceae. Creosote. It's rather Mojave in here. J trees all about. Cheatgrass, Eriogonum inflatum. Cimbrium's now a permanent part of the Mojave. We get too upset about certain things. Oh, here's the beautiful Salisaria in bloom. I'm sure I've showed you that before. Nyctages coming up all about. Amsynchias are past their prime. Some yuccas flowering, some not. I think the Joshua trees are pretty much past. Whereas Yucca baccata is often flowering in these parts right now. You'll stop at a particularly impressive one. I'm getting wet out here. Time to eat something. Look at how wet my pack got. Just from a few minutes, maybe not even 3 exposed out there. Not sure if it's coming out for you, but really beautiful rain in the sun here. Wow. A nice little mid-May drenching. Unbelievable. More orange than red. Pretty rare geologic features. This area. Odd combinations of colors. Definitely more of an orange than a red. Seeing quite a bit of Joshua tree germination, which is a great sign, of course. In this now fire characterized landscape. Hopefully the frequency and intensity of fire remains low enough that the Joshua trees will always have a home here and elsewhere across the Mojave. Their relatives here seem to do better after fire, qualitatively. It's paradise on earth right now. Lots of bird song. Unlike a more dismal year, it's kind of throughout. It's not just right here. Mirabili, foxes, and yes, plenty of invasive weeds too. Plenty of native annuals at the same time. 2 species of Phacelia right here. Still pretty darn green this May. Heading up into that higher country there right now. Guess there's probably road systems even. Not for the western extension there. These are named peaks ahead. This is why Nevada's still paradise. This is where I want to go when I die. If I'm already here, does that mean I'm dead? It's possible that on another hot May day, thunderstorms could be building up. Some limestones to check out up there. Nice cool breeze and cloud coming in. Just climbed that named hump/peak. Limestone on the south end. Found several incredible things there actually. Mojave and limestone elements right here. Cusp of the Great Basin, and now it's raining again, believe it or not. Hard for me to believe. Looks like the virgins might get some today. Possibly. Some stuff building up out there at least. It's not going to be heavy here, at least not yet, but it's definitely dropping big drops. And it just cut out. Couple drops. Nice and refreshing for a otherwise hot day. There it comes again. bring it on. I don't care if I have rain gear or not. It's hot enough out here by middle to later May. On top of this much higher named peak soon. 1,000 feet higher than that at least. We'll stay up here a second with the thunder. Attained a new high point of the area. Highest point in the southern end of my study area, for sure. That's all northern end. Some cool limestones to check out on the way back, it looks like. If I can reach them well. It's quite a few miles actually to get back to water tonight. Here's a benchmark. Humid as heck now, with a very violent storm just east of here. Other ones formed elsewhere. And I'm high on burnt out ridges right now. Lucky me. Rain keeps on coming up here. It's not really completely soaking the ground, but we're starting to get there. I'm getting wet over time. See, the rocks are more wet than not now. It comes in and out in phases. I think multiple tiny cells are converging. This general kind of area. Lots of blue sky elsewhere. I'm sure it'll be back later. Enjoying the relief from the sun. There has now been a fairly incredible amount of rain falling. Guess lightening up right as I speak. Ground is saturated now. Just saw 3 horses. Oh, that stopped in an instant. See how soaked the sage is. Sagebrush, that is. Excuse me. Wow. On-off switch. Maybe it's coming back. It's a lot of gray still. Freshly fallen off the junipers there. Backpack is soaked. So, yeah, interesting times out here. Just continue onwards, I guess. Lucky I found those junipers. I'd be rather wet right now. It only got heavier. This place, southern Nevada, it's needed a season of regeneration sorely. See the former extent of the forest down there? And some cottonwoods. There should be pinyon juniper woodland here. What we got is still a burnt out land of husks. The shrubs well established back, but not the woodland type. Although here it is in pockets on the ridge here and some of the lower slopes. It's taken a long time to come back though on these ridges. Burnt out chaparral. Ooh, distinctly Mojavean chaparral. Not so much the Great Basin type. It's onions galore out on these barrens. Good to see them all. They're out every year, just not in profusion like this. Maybe Some bulbs have lower soaking points for flowering per year than others, I would guess. Just found Petrophytum, an extremely rare and unique location. Surely new range record, mountain range record that is. Close to 5,000 feet here, probably not quite an elevation record. I've got north-facing limestones here, and that's why it's occurring here. It occurs nowhere else. This vast Mojavean expanse. I saw the patch from afar, made a lot of effort to come over here. I guess it was worth it. Been building on the checklist of this region quite a bit this trip. Nothing else here, except for a crazy drab I just found as well. And yeah, not much limestone either. It's bare sands and other rock types, oftentimes. But there's limestone going down the south here, which is why I came over here. Cut off there. Was showing the very likely new Petrophytum mountain range records. It's in the limestones down there. Very small patch. Limestone at all out here. The limes are pretty rare. They occur in just a few spots. And there's a nice south sloping limestone bench that attracted me over here at all. To go down right over there. It's interesting to find new Draba and Petrophytum likely mountain range record just right here. Because there's not much limestone higher up in its more suitable habitats. A lot of the lime that exists out here is indeed south facing in these Mojavean portions. Limestone tapers off down there, just halfway down maybe less. Agaves on the south faces. Up here on the ridge, though not very many. It's where what we would expect on Mojavean limestones. Agave utahensis. Agave. Incredible patch of Stanleya. This trip has been really something else compared to others out here. Found habitats and ecosystem associations that are unfamiliar to me in this region. Special patch of ground. It's a vast limestony region there. Not so far from the car. Maybe that's my last trip for next year or something. Last spring trip. Because, gotta say, I'm out of water and energy for going there now. It leaves, maybe a cooler day in June or so. Not likely to happen. Any case, it needs a return. Sorry to alert myself. I thought it was kind of wrapping things up. For now, out of food and water. probably hear it in my voice even. Need to find some shade under some cottonwoods and press some plants.